Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a fun-looking puzzle in front of us. It's by a setter I've not heard of before. Not that they haven't been out there, but it is my understanding that this is their first Fog of War puzzle that they've created. So after this one, I might take a look at them and see if they have anything else or much else out there at the moment that's published to see if they're any good. Or I'm sure they are very good, but to see how good they may or may not be. So anyway, it's called Modular Fog, and you can tell why that would be. Kyuquu, I think, is how that would be pronounced. Apologies if I screwed that up. We got normal Sudoku, so every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. Grid is covered in fog, which will gradually clear as correct digits are placed. No guessing is required. Now, I don't know if this means this is dynamic fog or normal fog. Now, in normal fog, if we were to figure out this digit, all of this would clear. In dynamic fog, if we were to figure out this one, something over here might clear, or we don't know. Well, the cell would always clear itself, but then something else might. We're going to find out, I guess, once we get into this thing. Then we have any 3 adjacent digits along a teal line have different residues modulo 3. I can never get that word correctly. I don't know why. Mod 3. So we're going to have groupings of digits that are going to, I wish they'd put in the digits, but I know them at this point, even though I've messed them up before. There's 3 different sets of digits that have the same remainder when you divide them by 3. They're 147, 258, and 369. So these 3 digits here are on the mod 3 line, and they are adjacent. So one of them will have a digit from 147, one of them will have a digit from 258, and the other one would be 369. And whatever pattern those are in, let's say it's a 159, well, the same pattern will maintain itself wherever this line goes. So we've got that. Then we've got digits separated by a white Kropki dot or consecutive. So these are Kropkis, obviously. So these 2 here will be consecutive digits, 2, 3, 5, 6, whatever. And then digits separated by a black Kropki are in 1:2 ratio, and not all possible Kropki dots are given. So these 2 here will be in 2:1 ratio, 1:2 ratio, or one of them will be double the other. All the same things, and there's no negative constraint. Then we have 2 more rule sets. So digits within a killer cage do not repeat and sum to the value in the top left corner. We've got a couple of bits of cages showing. So this one, we don't know where it goes, how long it is, but however many digits are in here will add to 20. This guy, we don't know anything else other than it has its little tail sticking out down here. So, and then we have XVs. So digits separated by a V sum to 5, digits separated by an X sum to 10. We don't have an X showing, but we do have a V, so these 2 will add to 5. If there's an X between these 2 would add to 10. And those are the rules. So with that said, let's just jump right into this thing and see if we can get it figured out. So where are we going to start? Well, I'll do my usual. I'll just put the 1, 2, 3, 4 in here because we know those are the only options on 5s. That does actually, I was thinking about starting here, but this actually does do a little bit of work. Because this is a set of 3 consecutive digits, we obviously can't do 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, 6, or 3, 4, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. We could do a 4, 5, 6. Now, that's not massive, but we might be able to work something out of that, because we also have another set of Kropkis down here. Now, the only problem, though, is that we could have this be something high, like 6, 7, 8, and this could actually be a 2, 3, and leave the 1, 4 left over. So maybe there's not a ton here to work with. Now, we don't know if this is a singular line or if there's multiple lines here, so we can't really say anything about how these might connect. So let's look maybe here and see what we can figure out. Is there anything here we can do? Because we're going to have a Kropki dot that is on a mod 3. So the grouping of the Kropkis have to also work for the mod 3. So 1, 2 would work because one of them's from 147, the other one from 258. 2, 4 would work for the exact same reasons. 4, 8 will work. and 3, 6 will not. Good. Because 3, 6, and 9 are the same mod 3 grouping. So we can't put a 3, 6 pair. So these are a 1, 2, 4, 8. Good. That creates a little bit of tension here because we cannot use 1, 2, 4, or 8 anymore. We also can't put a 3 here. Or can we? 1, 2. I don't think we can. Let's just walk down the path for a second. This would be a 2, 4. Well, I guess it would work. No, we can't, because I was thinking here, but just look up here. This cannot be a 3 with a 2, 4, because what the heck do you put here? Okay, so that's out. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all out. This could be 5, 6, 7, or, well, it can't be 8, but it could be 5, 6, or 7. Cool. Now, that doesn't necessarily tell us what these are, because again, we still could have anything from 4 to 9 in this guy. Now, okay, we can make a further reduction. Let's think about these two guys. They are 2 digits from 147 to 258. 3 in a row have to have one of each possible digit. This is a 6. Okay, so this is dynamic fog. We've just figured that out because we put a 6 in here and these guys got together. Now these have to be a 5 and a 7 to work with our Kropki. That doesn't necessarily tell us anything further here. But maybe we can start to, let's start propagating this 6 into this line because we know some things that happen. We know it's going to do this and this. We don't know if it connects down here yet, but we do know that every third digit is going to be from the 3, 6, 9. So these are 3 and 9. 1, 2, this one and this one. Because I guess you could make the argument that this line could come in here and then turn here, and this guy could turn here, and they would be sharing the same space. But I don't know if that's really something we need to worry about. Because that would be kind of an odd way of going about setting this puzzle. I mean, I guess it is possible, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Debating with myself if I want to even consider the fact, because we know this line goes into here, we know this line goes into here. There technically is a way that you can make these guys overlap, but I don't know. That doesn't seem like it's occurring here. But let's think about, you guys are 5s and 7s. Trying to rationalize this. I mean, it's tough to not just say that these are. I don't think these give us anything, though. I guess it would, because then you could then say these have to be from the 3, 6, 9 as well, but does that actually give you anything either? Not necessarily. Okay. Because I don't think we can actually use that information to any progress at this point, I'm not going to make the assumption that these guys just necessarily touch and go through like this. Whether that's to my own detriment or not, I don't know. So, what's the next thing we can maybe look at? It's going to have to be these guys, right? Something going on here. Because that's what's opened itself up to us. There's not a whole lot you can say about this exclude or this Kropki, to be honest with you. I guess what we can do is start thinking color-wise. This is going to be one version of the 258147. This is the same. This is the same. This will be the same. This is going to be the other version. And then these will be those versions. And then this is its own entity of the 3, 6, and 9. So whatever this one is, this is the opposite, is essentially what we're saying. Now, again, we could push those coloring along this line. It might make a minor convenience for us. It may not. This guy, again, we can't really rule too much out. It's either going to be an 8-9 or a 2-3. And that doesn't, again, really tell us much. It can be the 2-3 because, again, this could just be a 1-4. Now, can we can't really do much about either one of these either. Because we have, well, this is, well, we can't correlate it back to a specific color of these two. But this could be green, or it could be whichever one is the 2-5-8, which would be either purple or yellow. And again, I don't know that we can, if that's going to tell us much. Now, if this was a 2-3, these would be 8-9. Again, that doesn't help us. If this is 8-9, these would be either 1-4 or 2-3. We couldn't say which one. Okay. We don't need any of that stuff. I'm scrolling just to make sure, again, there wasn't anything I'm missing there. I guess we know one of these is going to be a 9 and a 3. 7. Yeah, that doesn't really, because this, well, let's think about, one of these is 1-4-7, one of them is 2-5-8. If this was the 1-4 pair, that is all of the 1-4-7s done. It doesn't impact this at all. I thought it might have some little tiny thing we could work out there, but it doesn't appear like it does. So, what color are you? You are going to be purple or magenta, however you prefer to label it. Now, no matter what, if we were to say this thing bifurcates or they are parallel, we're still getting ourselves into the coloring mode of these things. Well, I guess technically we aren't. I really just want to say these are green, because that's really what is happening here. But again, I don't know that it necessarily helps us down the line. And then this would be yellow, this would be purple, this would be another green, this would be purple, this would be yellow, this would be green. Yeah, this has to just be what it is. I can't see another way at the moment to really go through that. So we know green is 3, 6, or 9. Excuse me. That means this is 1, 4, or 7. That is exactly what we needed. Okay. So we have to make that determination to make this work. So this is 7. This is 5. And there we get this stuff opening up. Okay, good. So this is either 1 or 4. This is either 2 or 8. This is the same thing. Like this. So now we do have more info. Pardon again. Something stuck in my throat every single time I do a bunch of videos in the same day. I gotta work on my vocals. Anywho, what does this actually tell us now? So what can we do with the rest of this? Well, I could say we could start putting in information on these, but I don't know if we want to go down that road. What about these killer cages? These 2 digits are going to have to add to 8. I don't think there's much reduction there. These have to add to 13. I don't think there's much reduction there. Because again, 9-4 or 8-5 will work. Here we could have We said 8, so 7, 1, or 6, 2. I guess it doesn't hurt to put these in and see how that may affect these. Again, we don't know if these connect. I think the lingering sense is that they will, but we don't know that. So it's hard to put that to something. The 12 is either 9, 3, 8, 4, 7, 5. That's not helpful. The 9 could be a ton of things. That's not helpful. What about you? You are 2, 5, or 8. Does that... And these are 3, 6, or 9. So no, it doesn't really do anything there. You are 1, 4, 7. I had said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm starting to run out of things to do, or things that are obvious to me. Again, we've got to correlate somehow, or find out somehow to connect these guys so we can start pushing our lines further down the road. What clues do we have in front of us? We might as well do it while we're here. Finish it off. Again, this could be multiple... Oh, wait. No, they don't. I was thinking they have to be different mods. They don't. They're not connected on a line. And... somehow we gotta pull these back together. 6, 2, or 1, 7. I don't think we can necessarily rule out a 1, 7. Because if we are 1, 7, this just becomes 4, 1, 7. And this is another 1. But not knowing if this does something like this doesn't necessarily allow us to make those determinations. One of these is yellow, one of those purple. Again, not massively useful. The remaining 2 of here are just whatever these aren't. Again. Let's think about these guys in relation to the mod 3 constraint. Let's start with the 12. We said the possibilities are 9, 3. No, it's not. Can't be 3, 6, 9. Because we can't have 2 of the 3, 6, 9s. The other options are 8, 4, which is possible, or 7, 5, which is possible. Either way, this becomes a 3, 6, 9, and therefore it is 9, which means this is 4. Perfect. Again, just have to look in the right place. This is green. We don't know what order they go in yet. This is not 9. Can we do the same thing for the 9? So let's think about those. 1, 8 would be a possibility. 2, 7 would be a possibility. And 3, 6 would not. But 5, 4 could be. So I don't know that we can necessarily say about this guy what we could about him. So again, this is either 4, 8 or 5, 7. I don't think that has a negative impact down here in any given way. The 4 says this is not a 4. Does that does then remove the 1, 7. There we go. We had to get this to get this. This can't be 1, 7 anymore. So it is a 2, 6. Okay. Now then, That says this is a 3. This is not a 3, so this is not a 7. We get a 1-4 pair. Good. We're getting little bits that are working. 2s and 6s. Again, we don't quite have enough to say what this is. Because it could be from the 2-5-8 or the 3-6-9. And do any of these, no, these don't really cause problems here, I don't think. Because you could do a 2-3, that's an 8. You can do 5-6, doesn't affect this at all. Could be 8-9, give this a 2. Now, does this 9 reduce any further now that we know this is a 2 or a 6? I don't think it does. Because we still have 8-1. This would be the 1. This would be the 8. 7-2, which has no real restrictions. But maybe we can bring that back to something else, because if it was a 2-7, this is a 6. That's fine, because that's one of each. We know we couldn't do the 6-3. One, because we can't have these be both of the same mod 3, and this is now would break that. But it could be a 5-4. And that would still work. Now this can't be a 4, so this couldn't be the 5, though. Is there anything in here that we can do? Like, we can't put a 9 in any of those, so one of these is. 1, 2, 3, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s. No, the only thing it pushes in here is that 9, which isn't massively helpful unless this here causes a problem somewhere. Because these are 2 greens. So we can't have 2 more greens over here. Did any of these options create 2 greens? Yeah, we can't put a 2 on this thing anymore. No, sorry. What am I thinking? None of these are green. 6-9. Yeah, these are not greens. This has to be a 6. I don't know why I didn't see that right off the bat. This is the 6. This is the 2. That does now open things up. This is not a 2. That 6 says this is a 3. This is not a 3, so this is not a 2. Now we're getting ourselves into, we can make the leap of faith that these connect. But let's see what else came out of this. 2. And let's put our coloring in. This is green. This is purple. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we still don't have any further reductions into here yet. But we look like we might be getting there. One, 4, or the 6, or the 9. Okay, let's continue our coloring, because we can continue the coloring from this side, and that might connect into some of these and reduce our options. So this is yellow. This will be purple. This will be green, yellow, purple, green, yellow, purple. So this is from 2, 5, or 8, so therefore it's 2. This is 7. This is not 7. So that does help. This one has to be from the 3, 6, 9, so it's 3. This is 2. That removes our 2, 3 down here that we thought of earlier. This is an 8, 9 pair, which means this is not 9. There goes the puppers barking. This is from 1 or 4. That is useful because we have a 1, 4 pair here and here. This can't before 8. It is a 5, 7. This is not 5. Good. Oh, the 2 here just says this is 8. Perfect. And just making sure there wasn't anything else that's obvious in front of me. There may well be. We can tie this guy in as well. So let's do that. Because I think since these opened up, we can see that the line does proceed. So this is purple. This is yellow, green. Yep, that works perfectly. Purple, yellow, green, purple, yellow. So this has to be 7. This is 5. That's fine. This one has to be the 9. So this is the 8. Ooh, hello. That was very quick to just destroy all the fog. So the fog's out of the question now. We figured it out. Goodness gracious, I've never had something like that happen, but interesting. So we can just start filling in what we have left now and see if it comes out. 2 and 6. There. These have to be 5, 8, and 9. Let's look up here, maybe, and use these guys, or these guys. 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, or 9. Let's go down here. Oh, this 5 here just says this is 8 and 2. The 8 then says this is 9. This is 3. Okay, it's almost getting us through. These can't be 8s. So that is a 5, 9 pair. This is not 5 then. Good, good, good. This can't be a 2. I'm kind of scanning everywhere, so might take me a second to see a couple of these things because of all the markings that we've put into this point. Okay, let's continue the process here. 3 or 6, 1 or 4, 2, 5, or, oh, it can't be 2 because we have a 2, 6 pair. This is 1, 4, or 7. This is 2 or 5. Okay. Where's the best place to look? I guess here, because we have the 1, 4 pair to go with some of the other stuff. But this could still be 2, 5, 6, 8, or 9. We can't have 5s or 2s because of these. That's something, I guess. We get a 6, 8, 9 triple. Let me make sure I did these correctly. Can't be 1. Can't be 2. Can't be 3. Can't be 4. Can't be 5. 6, 7, 8, or 9 can't be 7. Yeah, it's 6, 8, 9. So this is a 6, 8, 9. This is 5. This is 2. This 6, 8, or 9 says this is 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't be 8. This can't be a 6, though, because it wouldn't have anything to tie into. What else? This 2 here, well, it doesn't tell us it's a 1 or a 4, but it tells us this is an 8. This is the 4, then this is the 1. And do those tell us? Doesn't look like they do. We're going to have to be onto a Sudoku run here. I'm just wondering when I want to transition over to that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 3. Yeah, let's look into Sudoku. 1s are not helping us. One of these, okay. Oh, the 2 here. I didn't see it because the line was kind of hiding. This is 8. Then this is 5. That forces 9 and 5. These can't be 9s. Okay. What else can we do? Is there anything in these guys that we can say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There has to be a 6 in one of them. That's something, I guess. Yeah, we can use the 2s and the 6s now. They go up here. A little bit of help, a little bit of not. Let's go back to the drawing board. One of those two will be one of those. Yeah, that's not really helping there. Let's try some of these other ones, see if we can get anything out of them. One of those two, okay, one of these two has to be a 3, so this is the 6. And if one of those has to be a 3, this one here just is 9, 3. Good, those 3s helped out. One of those two will be, I think that's it on the 3s for now, so let's move on to the 4s. One of these will be a 4. That looks like it's pretty much it. Okay, let's try those 5s. One of these two. We already knew one of those two. Okay, here we go down here. This is a 5. I think it's just an X-wing left over. One of these 3, one of those 2, and then one of these. No, wait. One of these 2. Yeah. So, not much there. Okay. Let's try those 6s then. Okay, here we go. Same as what was it, the 5 or the 3? It was a 3 over there. One of these is a 6, so this is 2, 6. Therefore, this is 2. And now we're just left with an X-wing of 2s. Okay. Let's see if we get anything else out of those 6s. Yep, that 6 says this is 9 and 1. These are not 9s anymore. This is a 4. This is a 1. This is not a 4. This is not a 1. Good. I think we were left on the 6s. Let's go back to those again real quick. Yep, because we can put another 6 down here. These corners are kind of helping us out a little bit. What are these two? 4 and 7? That's helpful. It says this is a 1. We know what these two are. In general, that is. 8 and 9. We can do that. This is 9 and 8. These have to be from 1 and 4. Not too helpful. These have to be from 7s and 9s. Because we just have the 1, 4, 7 trip going over. Oh, this one here says this is 4. So this is not. Okay. Where does the 4 go in this column? Can't go in any of these, so it goes here. And the leftovers are 1, 3, and 7. We can't quite determine which one is which yet. We just know this one isn't a 1. Oh, no, we can, because we have a 7 sitting here. So this is 3, this is 1, this is 7, this is 4. This guy doesn't seem to resolve for some reason, but these are a 6, 7 pair. Get rid of those. This becomes a 1 and a 4. These are, what, 1 and 5, it does appear to be. Okay. And what about you two? 1 and 8, we can do that. 1, 8, that's going to come up, give us our 5 and 1. This becomes a 5. This is 7, 5. Now this stuff is finally starting to unravel a little bit. What are you two? 6 and 8. I don't see. Well, we get a 6, 8 pair and a 6, 8 pair. Although it's probably just the X-wing left over there. What are you guys? 1, 7, and 3. That is correct. You're not 1. Oh, you're not 1 either. So this is just the 1. Okay, so that guy did actually sort that. We get a 3, 7, which gives us the 4 and the 7. Okay, let's keep moving then. We're really just Sudokuing this at the moment. 1s are done. 2s are in X-wing. These are not 3s. 3s are in X-wings, though. Did we have any? Okay, I was going to make sure we didn't have any clues that were standing out. I don't think we do. So, okay, so this is a 3-4 pair, which means we can get rid of those and say this is the 9, this is the 2, and that should break a lot of this open. 7, 6, 3, 7, 4, 3. Good. Now the 7 says this is a 9, 7. So we've got this 6-8 pairing. We're going to use the Kropki to fix that. 8, 6, 8, 6. There we go. Solve the puzzle. Solution is correct. It's been out for a little while. I must have had one of these set up here. I tend to, and this is, I don't know if you even care or not, but I tend to go through the list of puzzles that are on LogicLemur Germany, and I'll just pick out the ones that I think look interesting, and then it'll take me a while to get to some of them because there's so many of them out there. This one, it's been out for about 3 weeks, and looks like I just got to it about now. So anyway, fun puzzle. Really enjoyed that one. Excellent fog puzzle for your first fog puzzle. I think that's what it said it was, first fog puzzle. Yeah. I've really, actually, probably the most fun part about this puzzle, and it's kind of weird, was when it just like exploded all the fog away. When I can't remember which digit it was you put in, but then it was just like, whoof, everything's gone all of a sudden. Just not seen that before, so it's kind of humorous to me. But anyway, very good puzzle. Really enjoyed how all the interactions work, how you had to start figuring out the groupings of these things, and then you can continue them as the fog started to slowly clear. So anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that one. I certainly did, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.